and welcome to a new video. Today I have two newborn sessions in the studio, two little boys actually. So I'm setting up for the first session. I'm going to try out working on a yoga ball, and I'm going to explain where it is pretty to place your light when you're photographing newborns, because I think that's one of the most common mistakes that I see, is that people place their light on the wrong side, and just by moving around your light, your whole image will change. And to me it becomes so much more beautiful when you place the light on the right side. It's a small adjustment. You don't have to move the baby, you don't have to touch the baby, but just by moving the light, your image can just improve so much. So I'm going to give some examples, but first I'm going to set up, of course. So for the first session, the parents have chosen white and like earthy tones, sand tones, for their like base colors during the session, which are pretty much my favorite base colors to use during a newborn session. So I'm excited. Okay, so here we go. Here's the yoga ball. First I'll show you the decor. So here we've got the setup. Here we have another setup. Just do a little pullback. The newborn area. Then here, if I turn around, well, you got the play area. Newborn heads and outfits. Another decor that we can use for the parent shots. Here I have some setups. If the baby is awake, we'll use that one. If the baby is asleep, we might use that one. And then here I have the flocati. So there we go. So back to the yoga ball. Okay. Here we go, sitting on the yoga ball. I think the height is really good. I can come really close towards the Palomar shell. So baby will be lying here somewhere. So I think this is quite good for my back. Pose the baby, wait for the baby to sleep. I have the heat on the other side now, so there's nothing in between me and the light here. Just be flexible, moving the light around and moving with my yoga ball. I think I like it. Okay, so the yoga ball worked. It was actually really comfortable. So I'm gonna set up for the second session now. They also like earthy tones. I'm just gonna go for a different backdrop, of course. So this one can be washed later today when I'm back home. So I'm gonna set up the decors. It's also a little boy. I think he's already a little bit older, almost like 4 weeks. So he might be awake a little bit more. It's fine. He might be really sleepy. You never know. This boy was here this morning. Lovely boy, wonderful parents. We could do a lot of photos. He was awake, and then after a feeding he did fall asleep, so that's great. So we have awake shots and sleeping photos. So yeah, let's change the backdrop. Yoga ball's ready. This is gonna be the first backdrop. I don't know if we're gonna have a second, but maybe one of the darker ones. That would be kind of cool, but I'll ask during the session. This I have as a second decor, and then here I have something with felt. I think that's really pretty to wrap the baby somehow in the felt. I think that's really cool, and I'm gonna use the same flocati as before if we have time. Do you know what's the advantage of having a yoga ball in your studio? You can do yoga in between sessions. I have like half an hour, or well, like an hour. I'm gonna have a sandwich first. I might do some yoga. So as I'm waiting for my next customers to come, I thought I would explain where you can place your light during a newborn session and which is the most flattering to the baby and just looks very pretty and gives your photos an amazing look and feel. So to explain this, I have a doll here, and I have my iPhone, which has a little torch light built into it. So I'm just going to show you different ways of where you can place your light and what it does to the shadows on the baby. So as you can see, here I have the newborn. What I often see happening is that people place the light on this side. See what it does to the face of the baby. Don't mind the harsh shadows like here, because this is just to show. Normally your light wouldn't be this harsh. I would say diffuse your light, filter it, make it soft. So what happens if you place light coming from the chin, from underneath the baby, you get this weird look, which is usually not that pretty. It's what people do when they want to scare you in the dark. They place their light underneath their chin, and it just creates weird shadows and just not a very flattering look. If you go around, you go on the other way, which is the top. So the light is falling down from the top of the head. It's actually a lot prettier. As you can see, this light is too bright. But the light here is coming from the top, and it's really flattering to the baby. I would say pose it as at an angle. So you do still have some shadows, depth in the photo. If you place your light here in the front where the camera is, your image will be very flat. There won't be a lot of depth, and yeah, it's just flat. So yeah, to create a little bit more depth, you can turn around your light a little bit like this, for example. It's from an angle from the side, and then you can see like shadows, but they flatter the baby. They give really nice look in the baby instead of going from the bottom where it's just not very flattering. So I hope that kind of makes sense. So now we have the doll in a prop. Same idea. If you have the light coming from the bottom, it's just not very flattering. She almost looks angry. If you place the light coming from the top, which is like here, is way more flattering. So from the side, from the top, play with your light to see what it does to the baby's face, the shadows. But all this is still pretty. This, not very pretty. So yeah, you can see it with yourself as well. If I place my light underneath here, anything under my chin is just not pretty at all. If I go above my head, it gets a lot prettier. I wouldn't say like straight above, because then you just light up the hair. But like if you go towards an angle or even the side, it's really nice. And you can shoot out of the shadows as well. I mean, your camera can be on this side taking the photo, but it will still, like, the light is just like falling over the face. Anywhere here, anywhere here, but please don't go underneath the chin or straight on top of the head or like flat to the front. That's just flat lighting. Not very pretty. No dimension, no depth, no intimacy, no warmth in your photo when you just have like flat lighting. The second newborn session. That's what I wanted to say. So yeah, the dad couldn't come along, so the grandma was here, but they didn't want to have like parent shots, so we only took photos of the baby and beautiful baby boy. He was sleeping most of the time, and because he was sleeping at the end as well, we got to pose him on the little IKEA bed, so that's really fun. And yeah, we did 2 backdrops, we did the floor mat, we did the real wood, we did the brown flocati. So yeah, gorgeous baby boy. As you can see in the photos, my light is usually coming from this angle or this angle of the baby, and that just creates, to me, the most beautiful light on someone's face. So yeah, and then the angle to shoot from, I would say don't shoot up into the nose. Focus on the eyes, focus on the eye that's the closest to you. So if I'm standing like here, it would be this eye. If I'm standing here, it would be that eye. Especially when you're photographing with a large aperture, like 3.2, 3.5, or even larger, then yeah, you definitely want the eye that's closest towards the camera in focus. And then I would say shoot down the nose. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd love to read your comments, and then you can see me in my next video. Bye bye. Faces passing